So we're working on modifying the entry point and the exit now. And also we're looking at getting rid of these tables, not getting rid of, but moving them. What'll happen is there'll be these small tables, not small, they're 4 feet by 1.5 feet. So it's plenty of space to put your gun on, case of paint, that stuff. We're looking at putting numbers on it. So when you get checked in, you would get assigned to one of these tables. These things are 6 feet apart from the corner to corner, so plenty of space. We're looking at making it so that basically you'd have 2 things here. You would have the entrance, which would be this tent, and I'll walk the pathway so you can see, and then there'd be an exit out of the old entrance. So what we would do is you'd actually enter right here, and netting will go up tomorrow on this. So you go along here, and this netting will continue across. So you walk in, and there'll be netting separating this area, but this will be the entrance. It's one way. There'll be a chronograph here, and it'll be so that, you know, self-equipped people can chronograph. The ref can step back, so we're respecting social distancing, and then they can go on the field. And then, as you can see here, we've got cones and ropes showing this off, but there'll be netting to block this off. So basically you'll enter here, but that's the entrance onto this side of the facility. Still working on it, but that gives you access to the fields, and again, respects social distancing. We figured what we'll do is also take on the net here and take caution tape, something like that, zip tie it to the netting, so those will be the starting spots. So I don't know how many we'll end up with exactly here, but you know, obviously we'll make it so it works and people can be socially distanced. And then this will be our exit. So our old entry point will actually be where you'll exit at, so you can walk through, walk here. Again, we'll have netting, this will get blocked off, netting, and bam, you're back out. So that's how we're going to handle the entrance and exit whenever we're allowed to open. Most of this is just so we can show the governor and other people what we're doing. But again, tables, they'll be numbered. We're taking out the counter from the old safety briefing area and everything else. We're doing that so that we can do a contactless check-in. So you'll be able to do your waiver online, you'll be able to do your reservation, pay online. If you need any extra paint or need any extra supplies, you'll be able to go on your phone, click day of pay. There'll be a link there. We haven't put it up yet because we haven't done it yet. Be able to select that, be able to pay completely from your phone without making any contact with our staff or anything. So I believe rentals will not be allowed for a while, but even the jumpsuits, those other accessories will be available through that once we're allowed to do it. So anyway, back to the staging area. Gaming, I think, is pretty simple. Check-in, again, contactless. A lot of the stuff, this is a rec ball side. At the air ball side, the entry point will be similar to this, but as you guys know, the way that we handle the field for air ball is we have people enter from one side and they exit from the other. So the entrances and exits will be modified so you're not touching any netting that's overlapping. It's just a wide open, nice big angle so that paintballs can't get out of the field and whatnot. So airball should be pretty simple. And same thing, contactless, check-in, be able to pay for extra paint if you want it. A couple things too is that we know that our staff would have to hand paint off to customers. So there's a couple choices there. One, we can hand the whole box off, or we could open the box. Players could take the paint out of the bags of paint, take that, so less contact. We're just trying to do anything we can to eliminate contact. And obviously respect social distancing. So let's go back to the staging area. So again, basically what we're going to do, we want to get this approved before we do all this work though, is build these tables like this. So small, simple, put your bag under it, whatnot. We're thinking we'll only open to self-equip whenever we do open. All the tables will get taken and set way out of the way. We don't want to encourage people to be sitting at the tables. So we'll just be using, or sharing tables or whatnot, so we'll just be using this simple system. We'll take these canopies and we'll turn them so they're like this one. So they're going all the way down that fence line, so we can build, I believe it's about 20 that we can get along this fence line, potentially a couple more going back. We might be able to do more if we need to, but that's kind of the thought on check-in and on getting people on and off the field, chronographing, starting games and whatnot. So a lot of fields are doing this, works out very well. We have a process also for rental equipment that we think will work very well and we think is safe, or we would not even consider any of this. But I believe the governor extended the stay-at-home order till May 30th. We are going to continue working on some of the social distancing and kind of contactless or as limited contact as possible things that we can, and try to push so that we can reopen. We know a lot of you guys want to get out and play, and we appreciate that. And we're going to do our best to comply with any of the state orders, federal orders, and ensure that we're keeping the community safe, so, and our staff safe also. So again, as far as airball goes, and one last thing we'll address too is air fills. So what we're looking at for air fills is, I'll give the example over at the airball fields, but we do have a air station hookup that's at the 50-yard line, just outside the field. So essentially that's where we would do our check-in from. We would eliminate the window. We don't want to have people, making contact there, or have a consistent place people go for that. So for air stations, what we're looking at doing is getting a PVC pipe that would fit any tank size. So people can come and set their gun vertically, so the tank into that holder. They'll be able to step back, and then our staff can step forward, grab just the hose, hook it onto your fill nipple without touching your marker at all, fill your tank, disconnect, step back. You could then take your marker and head to the entry point, or to start playing. Another thing we've looked at for airball is having people stage out of their car, eliminating all the tables. So again, there's no common contact positions, spots, whatever. But you just stage out of the back of your car. It's all your own stuff. You get your case of paint from us, boom, go back there, take care of that. Because we have to enforce, if we're gonna be able to open, we're gonna have to be able to enforce social distancing. So no shared pods, no shared, refilling any of this stuff, right? So anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at. We're working on opening for you guys. We'd love to. We think we can do it safely. We'll see what the state says, and hope everybody's staying safe out there. Thanks.